Alex.
Hello, everyone. It is time for the main event, which means it's time for the handed down beatdown. I'm your lead commentator, Alex, and joining me in the booth is Cobra, and backstage is Madam Tuesday and Billy. How are we doing tonight, guys?
Pretty good.
Well, I'm doing all right. As everyone can see, I am wearing my Eat, Sleep, DDP Yoga, Repeat t-shirt tonight.
I'm just drinking nothing but chicken broth since it's cold out there.
Yeah, we're still dealing with a little cold up here in the Northeast.
Not even the Northeast, just the Atlantic, the eastern side of America.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's still kind of chilly over here a little bit.
With the Royal Rumble behind us on the first stop on the road to WrestleMania, we're going to highlight the Rumble winners, who we think each will challenge come Mania in April. The pay-per-view started with the Women's Royal Rumble. Liv Morgan finally got her first win after being runner-up twice, getting eliminated in, I think, 2024. Who do you guys think will Liv Morgan target come WrestleMania season? I'm going to start with Cobra, Madam Tuesday, Billy, and then myself as well.
Wait, hold on. Could I say something, please?
Go ahead, Billy.
I know we all seen the Royal Rumble and stuff, but did anyone felt like that stadium was sort of like half empty?
Yeah,
it was.
I mean, I get it's a temporary stadium, but yeesh.
That just tells you that Saudi market, when they go to when they take it to WrestleMania next year, it's going to be worse.
Oh yeah.
At this point, there's going to be giving away tickets.
But as far as the Royal Rumble is concerned, you know what? I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm actually going to defer and give it to Madam Tuesday. Give it to the leading lady.
Yep. Sounds good. The way I see it, I think what's going to make sense, this is the one that's going to make sense the most, is she's going to go after Stephanie. She's going to go after Stephanie for her title. It would make the most sense. Because, well, there's always been heat with Raquel going up against Stephanie before. And then, of course, Roxanne had previous history with Stephanie in NXT. Liv Morgan's going to be the third that's going to try and go for that. So, because honestly, the way it's set up right now with SmackDown is that Jade is kind of somewhat on shaky grounds, or I guess, right now, I would say more of the heat that's going right now in terms of writing is going to be, her versus Jordynne Grace. So it would make the most sense that Liv would go after the title with Stephanie. So, however, though, I'm going to say that was one hell of a backstab that I did not anticipate whatsoever. So,
I don't think that's more or less a backstab, since it's every person for the Rumble themselves.
Yeah, we've seen backstabs like that before. I mean, just ask Damien Mizdow. So I'm not surprised about that. I do agree with you, Madam Tuesday, that Liv Morgan would go after Stephanie Vaquer. I mean, they have heat. They've had heat for a while. It just makes logical sense. But the unfortunate thing is, we also live in the ruthless depression era, run by Triple H, who keeps screwing everything up. So I can't trust it. I legit cannot trust that he'll actually do a proper booking decision, because he has botched every single booking decision so far. Whether it be John Cena's retirement tour, John Cena's heel run, Jey Uso being overbooked to high hell, and we'll get to that motherfucker.
Yep.
What else? But the inconsequential booking of LA Knight, how they're booking him into the ground.
They're not even
You
booking
know,
him very much. Like it's like they
exactly.
book him, but they make it into where he's kind of like a jobber. They book him to a jobber point, or they just don't book him at all.
Yeah, he's become a jobber deluxe,
Hmm.
and that is not fair to LA Knight.
Definitely agree. Billy, do you have an opinion on who Morgan will target for the championship?
What?
Liv Morgan championship.
Yeah, who do you think she'll target come WrestleMania?
You know what? I have something interesting. I believe she's definitely going to get Stephanie Vaqueras. But however, Raquel Rodriguez wins the title at Elimination Chamber, therefore setting up a match between Raquel versus Morgan at WrestleMania.
Very interesting.
Okay.
I had that. I was thinking that she might challenge before at the chamber and might win.
If I sound quiet, I'm finishing up the customization in the Super Mega Baseball League.
Nice.
If you think about it, Raquel has made it known she wants Vaquero. Either at Mania, before Mania, could be Chamber, could be at a random SmackDown event for all we know. I think it's about to happen. Either Raquel being champion or winning it off of Liv Morgan in the future to get her out of the Judgment Day, replace her with Roxanne Perez. In theory, I think the turmoil is massively known that Raquel does not like Liv Morgan. She's kind of been more buddy with Roxanne since Liv was gone with injury, which Liv can't control, but it's been more shown that Liv is more so with herself than she is with the Judgment Day. And maybe they might do what Rhea Ripley did with Damian Priest. Her and Dom lead the Judgment Day, make their own faction to try to get back at the Judgment Day. But we'll see what happens. I definitely think Raquel will be champion either in the next year or come next WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia.
We shall see.
Yep.
So moving on to the men's Royal Rumble match that ended the show. The OTC Roman Reigns got his Royal Rumble win. Who do we think he's going to target Drew McIntyre for the championship or go after somebody else come April?
I think he's going after Drew McIntyre. I think it's a foregone conclusion. I have to say this as well. I think that Roman Reigns was the wrong person to win this Royal Rumble, just like last year when they gave it to Jey Uso, and Jey Uso fucking sucked. So, I don't understand. I do not understand this booking decision, especially when LA Knight was one of the last ones. When Obafemi debuting at the Royal Rumble, his first one, did that performance at number 2 or at number 1.
Number 1, dumbass.
Yeah, I corrected myself, Billy. But he did that performance.
Yeah.
Almost a Kane-like performance at the Royal Rumble, and you almost went all the way, and you let Roman Reigns beat him. That was a bad booking decision.
I feel like they're waiting to set up Oba and Royce Keys potentially, or maybe wait to see where the championship dominoes fall after Mania for Obafemi.
But in my opinion, if you're going to do that, then do that. The time was now. You could have legit done that. Give Obafemi the shoot to the moon, because clearly, dude's ready.
Dude is ready. Thank you.
You know they don't. Do you know they don't do that? They don't throw people to the wolves like that, debut off grip like that.
He wasn't thrown to the wolves. He
No,
was.
he was a two-time NXT champion. He literally held on that title for quite some time too. I mean,
Yeah, and
he
was very good at it.
yes, he
And
carried. He actually carried. Okay, the people that carried NXT in the time, and sorry to cut you off here, but however, though, when it comes to with that him, Ethan Page, Stephanie Vaquer, like Julia, Obafemi,
JC Jane.
they, huh? JC Jane,
Yep.
okay-ish, okay, I give it a little bit. They carried NXT. I'm sorry, they did. They carried NXT. They were doing this. Oba carried that fucking title on his back. Like the man needs some he needs some compensation for his back because he fucking carried that shit. Like, are you serious?
but
Yeah.
No, he
how
is
many?
ready.
And by the way, I'm gonna cut you off a little bit. You know, they did this. If they could do it for Kevin Owens, they could definitely do it for Obafemi. So to say that he's not ready is no excuse, man.
My problem with this is how many NXT champions, decorated champions, we've seen get called up and get buried because they were thrown to the title shot immediately. How many champions have you seen be buried in the main roster? Adam Cole, Keith Lee. The list can go
Adam
on.
Cole was not called up.
Adam Cole is not called up.
Well, okay, so Keith Lee and Karrion Kross both were called up, buried, ruined by booking, being decorated champions in NXT. Keith Lee held 2 champions at the same time, and we look at Obafemi, obviously 2-time NXT champion. He is a monster. You think TKO wants them to hold a world championship right now? You think they can book like that? They can book a match to save a turtle if they have to. Let alone book Obafemi for a championship instantly.
So is this a Triple
Plus, I
H
say give it
situation?
time.
I think it's a TKO problem. TKO looks at Femi. Oh yeah, he carried an NXT brand that is a undermining company to me. I'm a multi-billion-dollar owner that milks the money out of people's wallets because I fucking can. No, I don't want him as world champion right now. Wait a year, see what happens. Watch me not develop him, and then kick him off the show because no one wants him because I'm not doing anything with him. So I think it's Triple H problem. I think it's a Rusev type situation. Rusev was a big guy, big competitor, won what? 2 US champions and 1 IC title?
I think he won. Didn't he win the main title, or maybe I'm right?
No, he didn't. He only
Okay.
won
He
the
was
US
never
title.
a main card title champion ever. He was a jobber at the end of his career. He had a flag match with John Cena, for God's sakes.
And Biggie Langston.
Yeah, so big guys like this are jobbers, according to TKO and Triple H. And I think Obafemi's another jobber in this situation. That he's a big guy, destroy the little guy, and then leave like everybody else does. Like everybody else does. Unless I'm wrong.
I say give it time.
Yeah.
I love Obafemi. I love him. I think
I
he's
know,
a great world champion. But TKO cannot book. Or anything. You could put a gun to their head, book a 5-star show. They'll be dead within the first 5 minutes because they're gonna fuck it up somehow.
Yeah.
Well, Triple H is just more style. It's more on younger, smaller guys. As in, not like big burly men and stuff.
Yeah, because we remember
No.
Vince McMahon's fetish for big, sweaty men.
Yeah.
Unlike
If it
Booker
was
T,
Vince at the helm, he would definitely book Obafemi as a world champion.
unlike Booker T, Triple H doesn't like big, meaty men slapping meat.
Or just good for some reason for the women's division. Is it my turn now?
Go ahead, Billy.
So I believe Zootopia 2 has predicted the WrestleMania main event. And between the Z brothers, Roman and CM Punk. And I believe LA Knight is going to win the Elimination Chamber and challenge Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. That's interesting.
That would be good. That would be good.
They
At
would
least
mess it up
salvage LA Knight's career in the WWE.
Yeah.
At this point, I would rather watch maybe waste on Collision than me wasting WWE at this point because I'm sick and tired of it. Me and Cobra boasted for a whole year now since Money in the Bank that Knight should be world champion. All of us in this podcast have boasted for Knight to be world champion. And what happens? We get shot on the foot and punched in the gut because it would never happen.
Especially with what was it with especially Money in the Bank last year? It was in LA, right?
Yeah.
It would have fit.
Although would have fit, even though LA Knight is actually from Maryland, but still it would actually work.
Exactly. It's a no-brainer.
I just feel like at this point WWE wants the world champions to be Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, the Gunthers, the bigger mainstream guys that can throw on a poster. People are like, oh, I watched that pay-per-view. Oh, and that's like, who the fuck is this guy? I don't know. The biggest superstar on the brand since God knows when, who has every attribute to be world champion.
Yeah, he's got the shoes of a champion, for God's sakes.
Yes, he does.
It's poster. Who can look good on a poster with a world champion? And I don't think they see Iron Knight as a poster-worthy champion, which is pathetic to say out loud, but it's true.
Because it's a TKO Triple H decision. They keep burying him.
And you know who else was a failure of a champion? Jey Uso.
Who took forever to get into the ring. Seriously. Like, instead of going into Gorilla, going down the ramp, as is tradition, he decides, you know what? I'm going into the crowd, and I'm going to act a fool and be an idiot, go yeet, 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 like a fucking idiot. I'm tired of Jey Uso. I'm tired of his fucking family, the Anawais. So their time has passed. Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck Dwayne. Fuck Roman. Fuck them all. Up the ass with no lube. No more Anawai love. Just actually book people who deserve it. Fuck this nepotism bullshit. End it.
Agreed.
I'm with that. When I saw Roman 1, I was like,
here we go again.
Roman? Great, yeah. Well, I want to see another 2-year title in Roman when he defends it 5 times. And
I don't think Roman's gonna win the title. Well, that's my theory.
You think Drew will hold on to it long term?
No, my booking match. No, LA Knight versus is Drew McIntyre. Your CM Punk versus Roman. That's my picks.
So you're going to let me translate this. So what you're saying, Billy, is that there'll be someone out there, maybe CM Punk, who would say, you know what? I'm going to, you put your title shot on the line type of booking.
No, Roman's going to pick Punk. That's my theory.
Okay.
Okay, so you're saying...
And also, if the fucking Iowana family, if would have kept Ava around, then that would be blatant nepotism. But she decided, nope, I'm just gonna go on my own way. Because she's gone from NXT.
She did leave NXT.
Yes, she did.
Contract, I think, ended in NXT. I don't know
she
why
chose not
it
to
did.
renew.
I've been praising you for 2 years. How great she's been doing on the NXT.
She was doing
maybe she wants to do her own thing.
Yeah.
That, or maybe she's trying to get a better opportunity at AEW because that position's opened.
I thought Shane McMahon was about to take that position.
Well, who knows? I mean, I don't know.
I would laugh my ass off if Shane McMahon takes that position.
You and me both.
Yeah, I would too. This shit would make me giggle.
It just proves how much of a joke AEW has become now.
Yeah, that they have to rely on Shane O'Mac, the quote greatest wrestler in the world.
Gross. Ew.
I
honestly do agree with Billy's thinking. I do think LA Knight will call out Drew McIntyre. I think Roman will get his revenge with CM Punk come WrestleMania season. I think obviously the feud with Punk and Roman runs deep through the Shield and with Seth Rollins and everything about what's happening. I think it runs deep to that point. I think LA Knight's gonna walk out of Mania world
With the title.
champion, beating Drew McIntyre.
I think Cody's going to screw him. He's going to not screw LA Knight, but screw Drew. Too.
Oh yeah.
you're predicting a Cody Rhodes heel turn.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. There was speculations after he lost the title he was gonna turn heel.
Even though they say, "Oh, we're not expecting him to turn," they kept saying that, but it's kind of like at this point, it's all like, then what are you guys doing? Like, are you just do it?
Spent 15 years with babyface John Cena saying, "Oh, he's not gonna turn," and then he turned.
Even though it was the wrong timing, which I agree with Stone Cold Steve Austin, it was the wrong timing.
They should have done that heel turn years ago.
Yeah, when he was facing The Rock, that's when it should have been the heel turn.
Yeah, he said it on CBS.
Chris Van Fleet.
The second match against Rock at Mania?
No, the first match.
But of course, Vince wouldn't let it do it.
Vince got cold feet on it.
Yeah.
And so he just decided, well, everybody gets cold feet. Like, for me, I don't want to come to work today, but I have to go to work. Or I'm going to try to walk it.
I mean, to be fair, Billy, you work at a Walmart. I don't blame you for wanting to not want to be there.
No shit. And I don't want to be there.
I understand.
This is why I took up dipping. And that's not fun.
But to just steer back on track here, or steer back in the direction here,
mm-hmm.
I am concerned for Mania next year in Riyadh. If that stadium was that empty for the Royal Rumble, what's it going to look like for one of the biggest PLEs for WWE? They're one of the big three. How is that going to look for Riyadh if that stadium is that empty come Mania next year?
My opinion, I kind of wish this was a wake-up call, but of course, TKO and WWE going to look at this and say, it wasn't that bad. We still made our money, but that's not the point. No. Every year, ever since WrestleMania 14, Mania's been sold out.
Yeah.
And now you're gonna attempt to stick your dick into the Saudi market and think that that's going to generate enough revenue, enough fan buzz, enough this and enough that you'll be able to replicate the success you've been having in the States at Mania. You've got another thing coming.
Well, here's the thing. Like, the Saudi market is more or less like a safety valve for WWE and TKO.
Because,
so for example, UFC and Fight Island.
Mm-hmm.
Was that a success? Possibly not. Since I wanted it to be more like a battle royale between all UFC fighters, but I can't have what I want. And then again, and they're gonna blow it on the fireworks show because, geez Louise, man, that fireworks pyrotechnic show was way too long.
Oh yeah.
Reminds me of Halloween Havoc with the Nitro Girls. 98 Halloween Havoc.
They did report on the ticket prices. You could have gone to the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia. I'm not even joking. For $13.22 fucking cents. $13 in a different fucking country.
Yeah.
Now, hold on.
But in America, that same event would probably be $313 to get a fucking seat.
Maybe even more.
So the The Saudi currency is the riyal, right?
I think so.
Alrighty. And how much was the ticket?
It was $13.22 in American translation.
So if I did that, it would cost like $354, but it would be jacked up to hell to like $300.
Yeah, leave it to the Saudi Arabian government to make wrestling $13, where you could fly there for more and pay less, sit in a half-empty arena for 3 hours in the desert.
Well, here's the thing. The Saudi market was trying to divest their economy from oil. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, and be a sports market. That's why they started with Live Golf.
Then what's the excuse for American wrestling events being as much as a fucking house to go to?
Because
because
it's the same thing It's rich people hate people like us, and they want to drive us out of the market so they can jack up the price. They do it. They do it to us in events. They do it to us in football, baseball, hockey. They do it to us for video games. They do it for every single product that we've been consuming.
Everything.
They want to keep their profits because they don't want to pay their fucking fair share of taxes. And I'm sorry I said on the air. Fuck.
Yeah, it's definitely unfortunate that...
I'm just gonna peace out, y'all.
All right, Billy.
We have also complained tenfold on Saudi Arabia and this WWE thing. We've said multiple occasions, go to Canada, go to Germany, go to Japan,
go to London, go to could be Rio, de Janeiro.
Germany, Japan, yeah, do Japan, yeah.
We went to Australia for the Elimination Chamber. That made a lot of money.
South Korea, Seoul,
right there.
You could do that
because they would fucking love it. They would actually sell out like crazy. Like, it would be amazing. And not only that, but there's still also freedoms of, creativity with it. And everything else you could have just did, could have went to, any of that. But
it took quite a while and a lot of hand-wringing for the women to be able to compete in Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
I did read something I found was BS. The full coverage gear the women's wore were paid for by the wrestlers and not by the company or the designers that made the ring gear themselves. So the women wrestlers had to pay for their own full coverage gear instead of the company paying for them.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is why it's like the women should not compete in Saudi Arabia because of that kind of shit. Is that they treat the women like shit. So who the fuck in Saudi Arabia wants to see with the women wrestling? They don't. They don't care. It is a man's world over there. That is why. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They have put themselves in their ultra religious dogma. That the women have no in that part of the Middle East. Not every Middle Eastern country is like this, but in that part of the Middle East where they practiced their version of Islam, that the women have no rights and the men have all of it.
Can they go on strike again? Can the wrestlers go on strike again?
They should.
Or the women in general go on strike.
The women in general.
And I'm not even a kayfabe strike. I want a real wrestler strike.
Yes.
Because because now that Hulk Hogan is dead, now that Vince McMahon is no longer a part of pro wrestling, I think it is now time. Start a wrestling union right now. This is bullshit.
Because they did it, I think, in 2012. They went on strike.
But it was kayfabe. It was kayfabe. But it was in storyline.
We need a legit one.
Nonsense.
Need a legit strike.
A legit one.
I do.
And this just needs to start with the women.
I don't think they have a union. I think because WWE hates unions, the wrestlers don't have a union because they know they will go on strike if they find things that are wrong.
But
It
remember,
was Hulk
the
Hogan.
wrestling union was killed in the womb by Hulk Hogan.
Yes, it
Jesse
was
Ventura
killed.
was trying his damnedest
Yes,
to start
he
a
was.
wrestling union.
He was. And then when
And
word got,
and
and Hulk Hogan was a fucking snitch and snitched to Vince McMahon about it. And when he snitched to Vince McMahon, that's when they basically killed the union. That's where the idea died.
Yeah, and Jesse Ventura is like,
Fuck
it.
Hulk Hogan.
Vince,
I'm
you
out.
don't have to worry about. Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. Ventura said this. You don't have to worry. I got my union card because he got SAG-AFTRA. He got his SAG union card, and he's like, they don't. He, in his mind, he said, I tried. They don't. These guys don't want to. Don't want to. Don't want to protect themselves. Don't want to. Get their health coverage when they're fit. When they're. When they have nothing, not even a pot to piss in. I tried.
Yep.
That's why he never brought it up again. He got disheartened because he found out that one of his friends, in quotations, Hulk Hogan, but stabbed him in the back.
Yep.
Because he wanted greed. And I think, and I'm going to say this now, because of this bullshit in Saudi, this Royal Rumble that was a low tier Rumble. It was low tier.
Yep.
Strike, demand a union. This is disgusting.
Before we get on to a long rambling session, I want to take a break for our affiliates of tonight's episode from our friends over at Sleeves. If you're looking for great sport gear over the weather currently going on, make sure you use the link in our bio to use Sleeves. Cobra loves using it for his bowling tournaments. We love them over here. I hopefully am going to look into using Sleeves eventually. But if you're looking for any gear, use Sleeves and use the link in our bio to support us and our friends over at Sleeves to gear up for any sport or season that comes your way.
Yeah, and if you want to be a wrestler, guess what? They have tights. You see? They have tights
Even
just
better.
for you.
Some Sleeves wrestling school tights. Look at that.
Look at this. Look at these guys.
Some cool colors there, Cobra.
Cool colors, cool prints. Yeah. I got a pair myself.
Yeah, use Sleeves for all your sports gear. So, Gunther has once again retired another wrestler, this time making AJ Styles tap out, forcing him to go into retirement because he put his career on the line. We've seen this with John Cena. There's speculations now that his next retirement person could be the famous women respecter Brock Lesnar. Could be on.
Hold on 1 second, Alex. I cannot stand by while you do not do it right. Famous women respecter Brock Lesnar, the official cuckold of Mark Marrow.
So, do we think Gunther will retire Brock Lesnar? Or do you think Lesnar will go on his own accord? At some point, when his career eventually is dead and cold in the water, like a horse.
It would be great booking. Gunther, D Fangs and D Claws, the Beast. Famous women respecter Brock Lesnar. Yes. I think that would be great.
Yes.
Will it happen? That depends on Brock Lesnar. But it would be great booking.
Yes.
That Gunther would be the one to yeah.
In theory, it would be perfect. In theory, it would be great. It would be fun. But, however, this is TKO and the ruthless depression era right now. So, and right now, if TKO and Triple H are okay with the writing of like not having Gunther do it, they pretty much are going to disappoint the fans. And right now, I think a lot of fans are highly disappointed with how the writing is going with this side. So,
If
um,
if if Gunther's going to retire anybody next, if not Brock Lesnar, then why not Rey Mysterio? Imagine the headlines. I hate to say that because I love Rey Mysterio. Have loved Rey Mysterio ever since his days in WCW. But could you imagine the next day the high heat that Gunther would get destroying Rey Mysterio?
oh, it's on site.
You know,
It's on site, unfortunately, because that
like
would be how dangerous it would
he
be.
would have so much heat. He would make dirty Dominic Mysterio's heat feel like an ice pack to the back.
That is
Hmm.
true. I did see something online that was kind of stupid to me. They were implying that AJ Styles was doing his heel click signal, claiming he was going to AEW to join his fellow members over there. I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? AJ
He's done.
Styles is teasing going to
AJ,
AEW.
AJ
He's
Styles
done.
has said
Done.
AJ Styles has said he's done.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Just because
Yeah,
he does this all the time. He's done it in WWE since 2015. He's done it all the time. He's
yeah,
never gone away from his heel click days over in New Japan. He's always done it. I don't know why they're
yeah. With the
saying that.
boys,
It's just
yeah,
people with dumb brains that say that shit. But
yeah. But AJ Styles, he's already said that his body is falling apart. And yeah, this was his last match at the Royal Rumble against Gunther. He lost it. He's done.
I do like he was retired at the Rumble. He debuted at the Rumble in 2016. Retired at the Rumble in 2026. That it was by the
It
time he was going to retire at the Rumble, he
it
debuted
made
not
it
knowing
makes
who
a lot
the
of
fuck he
sense.
was. Nobody knew who he was in America. If you watch New Japan and TNA, you would know who he is. But
Yeah, but
WWE,
if
no
you
one knew.
didn't watch, according to Vince McMahon, Vince McMahon is like, why bring in AJ Styles? No one knows who he is. But when Phenomenal hit the screen, everyone knew who he was.
He's a Hall of Famer. WWE, New Japan, TNA, across
He's
the
already
board.
he's already a TNA Hall of Famer already.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, oh yeah. And it won't be long. I think it won't be
I
long for him
I
either.
gotta say this. I got one final thought about the Royal Rumble. Are we disappointed that there wasn't that many nostalgic pops, like any legends of the past coming in for like one final Rumble? You
I
know,
do. I do agree.
it was
Good
nice
point.
to see some of the AAA. It was nice to see El Grande Americano Dos. It was nice to see um, Powerhouse Hobbs make his debut, but
And Bree.
I wanted
And Brie, yeah.
but I wanted more nostalgia pops. I mean, if there ever was a time Ken Shamrock in the Rumble would have been great. Ever was a time, you know, maybe not Steve motherfucking Blackman, but got it. Ever since Wrestling Bios, I got to do it like that. But these some wrestlers from the past to make you go, oh shit, you
Hmm.
know. I mean, shit, if they did one in Germany, you know who'd be great for the Royal Rumble? Alex Wright.
Yeah.
That would be
Nostalgia.
that would be a very interesting nostalgia pop. I mean,
Yep.
he's still in shape. He still wrestles. He's in wrestling school. He runs a
Yep.
wrestling school in Germany. So wouldn't be out of the ordinary.
So before we wrap up, I have one more topic of discussion. Braun Breaker was attacked by mysterious masked men
Again.
entering the Royal Rumble. There was one name floating around that is pretty interesting. that is surprising to me. Austin Theory. Some people believe that Seth Rollins has sent him to ruin the Vision while he's sidelined with his injury. Some people also speculating it might have been Seth Rollins returning from injury, but we don't know who it is yet. We just know we saw his eyes and a bearded mat under the slit in his face. But do we think Austin Theory was a pawn for Seth Rollins to take down the Vision while he's sidelined with injury?
Possibly, but that is some Steiner math right there.
That is it's Steiner math. It is possible that
It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday, yeah. It's possible. Steiner math, yeah. But I do see it is a possibility, but also at the same time, I honestly think it could be Seth. I mean, it's just out of nowhere. I mean, even if he said, "Oh, I'm not going to be in the Rumble," you don't have to be in the Rumble. I mean, you can be on there. You can be there, but you're not an entrant. So it is possible that he just decided to get a lick in, you know, fuck up Braun, fuck up the Vision just a little bit, so he could be able to get back in. So what I think is, yeah, I mean, it's possible Austin Theory's there to help Seth out, but it's kind of hard to say. I mean, then again, yeah, like Gopher said, Steiner math. um, but I honestly think the person who did attack, I mean, like there was also somewhere I think Paul Heyman kind of slipped a little bit, maybe like a Freudian slip a little bit there, and mentioning that the person that did attack was Seth. I don't know. There was a rumor or something that was caught. That wasn't mentioned, or it was mentioned, or it was like I said, it was a Freudian slip, but I don't know. I have to confirm sources.
Yeah, because I was working, I missed the Royal Rumble. I just saw Theory's name get thrown around like wildfire. That Seth was sent him as a pawn. I was like, that could be a possibility. I mean, Theory did cost Rollins' team at the Survivor Series when he joined the division to begin with. Oh, screwed over Punk's team, excuse me, at the Survivor Series. So it could be a possibility. I was thinking it could be CM Punk getting back at Braun Breaker for what he said about, his wrestling career. But I don't know who else it could be outside of an Austin Theory type character, unless it's a debut superstar that is targeting the Vision for some stupid ass reason that we didn't know was going to be jumping ship from any company anytime soon. I haven't heard any of the names as of now. I have to see more names pop up, but I don't know who else it possibly could be that could attack Braun Breaker because the Vision has a lot of beef with a lot of people,
Yeah.
but I don't know who's targeting them like this.
Good question.
Right. I don't know. It's something to really look at come Elimination Chamber and on the road to Mania who will be involved with this, and if we'll ever find out, because it took us a long time to figure Austin Theory joined the Vision after Survivor Series.
I did notice the beard though when I saw like the
a
mask.
month to figure that out.
I kind of saw the beard though when I saw the mask, like his. It was like okay, most of his cover, but I saw that beard. I was all like, it kind of looked like Seth's beard, kind of. It looked like it, but like I said, don't quote me.
If it is Theory, that's the biggest turn ever done from outside sources, which is insanity. If Rollins actually used him as a pawn to help him get back at the Vision. Now we don't know when Rollins is coming back. We don't know. It's a sideline long-term injury. We have speculated his name multiple times. Survivor Series. Now people have said it's Rollins, but I don't think it is just yet. I think he's still injured, even though he faked it last time to get out to CM Punk to cash in
And saying
before.
that, oh, I'm not going to be in the
fake.
Rumble, then it's like, okay, you don't have to be in the Rumble. I mean, you can be at the Rumble, but not in the Rumble. Who knows?
Cobra, do you have any other speculations of who it might be if it's not Austin Theory?
If it's not Austin Theory, I think it damn well's got to be. It's got to be Seth Rollins. It's just it fits too. It doesn't. It fits too good for it to not be, just because of everything that's been going on with the Vision. So yeah, I think it is Seth Rollins.
I'm hoping we find out soon because there's a lot of rumors spreading around that Chris Jericho could show up tomorrow at Raw. Apparently, he was stuck in Canada and couldn't make the Rumble in Riyadh. So there's rumors that he could show up tomorrow. Not saying the masked person is Jericho's. It's not, obviously. He wasn't there.
Yeah, because Jericho doesn't have a beard.
No.
Yeah,
but Jericho on a retirement tour, he might be returning for that purpose, but we'll see tomorrow on Raw if he actually shows up, because apparently someone sent him money for a plane ticket to come to America for Raw. I think it's back in America tomorrow. If not, it's in Saudi still, but I don't know. I don't think he's coming back to the WWE. I think he's going to retire in AEW. I don't think the bridge is there for him to come back, per se.
No, he's coming back. He's coming back to Raw. You know, it's.
We shall see. We'll see tomorrow night on Raw if he actually does show up post Royal Rumble and see what happens. But does anyone else have anything on brand to talk about before we wrap up here?
Not that I know of.
With that being said, I'd like to plug our other podcasts, the Beatdown, a racing podcast with our friends Greg and Ryan. We are waiting to talk about the Clash that has been delayed due to the weather. So we are hopefully doing that soon before Daytona in a week from now. The Gutter Edge, our bowling podcast with Ricky Swearingen and Cobra. They are gearing up for another episode on Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday nights. We do the Gunner's Edge, our bowling podcast. Obviously, Biscuits and Penalties on Friday. Our hockey podcast, Alex. I know you host that, and I know you're ready for that.
Yes, I am. We'll be previewing the Olympic tournament as we are in Olympic time on Friday.
And Saturday, the last episode of the Hard Count, where we will be doing our jersey giveaway. You know, that represents our brands, like the Hard Count, Dirt and Turf, and of course Biscuits and Penalties. And I will also a Bullify jersey as well, a bowling jersey from the Gutter's Edge. So those 4 will be prizes for the giveaway. Also, we also got to mention our other podcast as well, Dirt and Turf. I just said Dirt and Turf earlier, but they'll be debuting when spring training happens. So be on the listen for that. They will take over when the Hard Count ends. And Pass the Pigskin, our college football podcast hosted by Billy. We will get that up off the ground next season a little bit better. So be on the listen for that. We have other things in the pipeline as well, like a World Cup podcast with Alex and Emperor Newt himself, Chris. So, tune in to Handed Down Sports Media. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And, of course, check out our Patreon. Alex, how much does it cost?
As much as an Arizona iced tea.
That's $1, ladies and gentlemen. You can't get shit for $1.
Except
so support the channel. Support the channel. Support the channel. It costs $1 to support and be a member. You know, we love every single one of you. Remember, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Alex, take it away.
And remember, ring that bell.
Ding.
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 Ding.